Vegas, baby. A land of opportunity. And dare I say, honesty. I mean, to build a city in the middle of the desert, that takes a certain amount of trust. And when you're here, the odds are posted, love is competitively priced, and just the precise amounts of bribery are expected. Yeah, Las Vegas is the most honest city in the world. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Scorpion Davis, and I sell insurance. Of sorts. My employer, he runs Las Vegas and the rest of the world with nothing but word, on dotted lines and in triplicate. My boss has a special interest in Kevin and his saints. What these saints are hoping to accomplish remains to be seen. What they will accomplish, however, well, the ink's already drying on that one. And Kevin, he's contracted to finish the whole story. I was there when he signed the document. He's getting everything he hoped for. And that brings me to you. What brings you here? While you don't know my employer, he most certainly knows you. I mean, you've signed a cell phone contract before, a lease. You've probably signed your name across hundreds of lines. Have you read all the fine print, though? No matter how much you've given of yourself so far, though, there's always more to take. Especially time. You're rich with it. You know what? I'm going to tell you a secret. Just between you and I. The contract you've created between this story and yourself, nowhere in the print does it state that it need be passive. By all means, add your own words. Post comments, join the Discord, help Kevin, or hinder him. Because really, what good is a contract if you can't squeeze every little last drop of blood out of it?
Hello, Dungeon fans. It's Saturday night. It's time to play some Apocrypha Adventure Card Game on the Liching Hour. I'm Kevin from Level 9, and tonight I'm excited to start a brand new book, Book of the Damned. We kind of segued into it through a hybrid adventure, which I thought was pretty cool and fun. You're probably going to see that again. We are joining Frank and Gabriella Vargas. Well, Frank Block and Gabriella Vargas. They are not a married item, but they are an item. Frank and Gabrielle have quite a bit of history whenever they see each other, and it's history with a capital H. And Frank found himself in Vegas, in over his head. He needed the H word. There's another H word. And he called the only person who thought he could help. Gabriella came mostly because she didn't want to go up north with Dr. C's and Sam. She came to help him. Frank was looking for his ex-partner's son. This partner was ripped apart by a skinwalker years ago. Frank still feels bad and terrible about it, and it's the 99% of the reason why he flat out refuses to ever have a partner or be with anybody, work with anybody at his department in Chicago. That partner's son, Jerome, got mixed up in a lot of different stuff and with a lot of bad people, more on the supernatural side. He ended up in Vegas. Frank followed to try to bring him back. Frank failed his first attempt at going in there. He called in some backup. The cavalry came on a Harley, and he and Gabriella ended up finding Jerome. Jerome, it turns out, is somewhat of a sorceress apprentice. He ended up signing a contract, which he's not super excited about. Okay, Jerome is a little bit of a complicated character. He very much enjoys the difference of his life in Chicago. There wasn't a whole lot there for him. Here in Las Vegas, he's in with a different set of type of people, and he's learning how to do things that is out of the ordinary. But in the same no, he's a good person, and he realizes that he might have done something that not might have. He definitely made a choice that has affected the rest of his life. And well, I'm gonna just say this: I have a saying, and it's evil ain't got no health plan, if you know what I mean. And Jerome feels that. So when Frank finds him and asks him why he's there, or asks him to come back with him, and Jerome tells him that he's signed a contract and he can't. Part of him, a good solid half of him, is happy and secretly pleased that Frank says, you know what, I'm going to find the guy you signed the contract with, and we're going to fix this. We're going to break this contract. However, the other half of him is enjoying the fact that he might actually be able to do some kind of magic, and he's a little gifted at it. That's why he was signed. So, Frank and Gabriella are in Vegas. Frank can't leave. Well, he can't leave because Jerome won't/can't leave. So Frank tells Jerome, I'm going to fix this. Where does he go? He asks Jerome, who did you sign with? And Jerome says, I signed with this one guy, but these kind of things travel around between different people here in town. I don't know if he is the exact person that you would need to talk to. I'm not quite sure. Frank decides to fall back on his investigation skills, and he's just gonna he's gonna, I don't want to say walk the beat. He's gonna go around town. He and Gabriella. He's convinced Gabriella to stick around. Gabriella, of course, is gonna help. He's gonna go around town and rough up people to find who might have Jerome's contract. That's what this mission's going to be. It's called the missions in the Book of the Damned are a little different. The nexuses and the threats are randomly determined for each one. And so tonight we're playing a mission called Law of Motion, and the really only difference between all the different missions are the structures. The structures are these cards that you use to build up the mission. So tonight is gathering minions wherever there's trouble as the hours pass, which is pretty straightforward kind of setup. We have 4 locations. We've got to find a different street. What's a good word for? He needs some information. He needs information. We need people on the street who can tell us where, who or where is Jerome's contract. We're going to start. We have the train. We have a casino. We have the pyramid casino, which I believe, I don't know what the name of that is. It is the I don't know. Oh, it's Alexandria, right? Yeah, it's Alexandria. The Alexandria casino, and then an electronic music festival. Those are the 4 locations we're going to be prowling around trying to find contacts. I'm going to be honest. I feel like I've said this before, though. I'm going to be honest again. But I'm seriously feeling it for these. These guys, Gabriella and Frank, feel a little ill fit for this book because this book relies heavily on soul and body checks. And while Frank and Gabrielle, their bodies aren't that bad, they have 3 in both of them, their souls are terrible. And they're more rage-based. Well, at least Frank is. So that's why, especially why he's struggling, why he's already got a death slotted. Gabrielle coming into play with an already impressive set of enduring and fleeting fragments is going to be relying on them quite a bit, I believe. I think that's our setup. Frank and Gabrielle are hitting the streets looking for contacts, looking for informants. Informants might be the best word I was thinking of. The best word of what I'm trying to explain. All right. Let's start on a train. Gabrielle says, come on, get on my bike. And Frank's like, nah, no, we're going to take public transportation. And Gabrielle looks like, that's gross. And Frank's like, no, you take the L when you want to find out what everybody's doing and what's going on and who's who. Okay, she says. She concedes to his investigative background. I mean, Frank's been a cop for about 30 years now. So they're taking the train and checking out what's going on there. Right. I'm wondering about switching the order of these two. I have it set up for Gabrielle to go first, but you know what? I think this is a mission where Frank... I don't have to change them. Frank is going to take the lead. All right. The train nexus, move. You must discard one card to move. Okay. To seal it, we got to make a body check. Right, 13. He drew an omen of hope. Excellent. At the beginning of the game, or at the beginning of the mission, I had to roll to determine what the minion would be and what the nexuses would be. And depending on the combination, whether it's 7s or 11s and that kind of deal, the dice determined what the omen deck would be set up like. This omen deck has considerably more omens of hope than it does omens of doom. Hopefully that'll help. That's because I rolled a 11. Omen of hope, health. I don't think I've seen this one before. And a symbol, you may stake one gift. Stake is a new mechanic in the Book of the Damned. What it allows me to do is whenever I go to make a check, I can, whichever player can take a gift of any color and put it down and bet it, basically. Add a die of that color to the mix. If we win the roll, we get to keep the card. If we lose the roll, you have to sacrifice the card. All right, Frank, what you got? Frank has a Halligan bar, which is his fist, a murder board, which is his fist, a reaper. No, he's actually got a reaper. And then a star clock. Star clock is Frank's, okay. Sailors, at least ancient ones, or at least moderately ancient ones, would look to the stars in order to guide their paths. Just like a sailor, a cop looks around for his constellations and stars. And I had said in one of the last missions, he had started feeling like a little unwound because of the difference in the atmosphere or the environment. But now that he's been here just a few extra days, he's got a partner, he's got his back. He's decided, he's made a call that relies on his experience. He's feeling like his stars have gotten me. There's familiar constellations out in this desert. Same ones that he saw in Chicago. So this is him feeling himself as far as the detective part of him is concerned. All right. So let's play this Omen of Hope, right? It's only Omen he's got. First card of the evening. This is the card that, what I just talked about, this was the card that made him feel like his life was being torn apart. That he's feeling way out of place. He should not be in Chicago. Let's roll on this. His mind is 3. Conjure and sense. He does have sense. He just needs a... I'm going to play that star clock. Not necessarily because I think we need it, but because of everything we're just talking about. All right, we're going to roll. I played the star clock to boost mine, so I got to discard it. All right, 15. So, as he starts going out, him and Gabriella go out and wait in line and get on the train. He gets that feeling again, that insane little voice that seemed to come, that seemed to appear just in Las Vegas. But because he is doing something that feels natural to him, and he's in control, that counteracts this feeling, and now he's going to use it. He's going to use that fear or that anxiety or whatever you want to call it. And that is his turn because he does not have another omen. So Gabriella has a couple omens, one of each flavor. Mimi Rue's elixir, bones, that's her gambling. And this little bad boy we picked up in the last episode. It's an interesting card. It's a Fae card. I realized in one of the final fights of last mission, she played this card, but I didn't get a chance to fictionally kind of describe what happened. I kind of jumped to her like beating this guy down, but these guys should have flown in and confused that person and started biting at them and giving her a chance. These things, she feels like some kind of like twisted Disney princess, and she loves it. These guys, whenever she starts thinking about them, they come flying, and she can sweet talk them into doing things for her. I like it. I realized what my problem was last episode with my lighting. There we go. See? All right. Omen of Hope. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that was an Omen of Hope lasting, so they should have turned over. All right, so we've got more Omens of Hope in here than not, so in this pile. And so I'm going to play an Omen of Doom to flip this sucker back over to get this Omen of Doom out of her hand. When you play your first card during the investigation, discard one card. Oh dear. Waste. Okay, I'm not going to play a card. We're going to try this out. Her body is 3. Her charm is 1. We're going to roll and see if this impacts the story. 11, 14. Righto. So it did. Okay. So Gabriella, she's getting on the train while Frank's kind of like setting himself, getting himself in the mood. Gabriella comes on the train, and Las Vegas ain't Chicago. It's not New York. It's barely even Seattle. The tourists and the people there, they part for her immediately. She's a badass. She looks it, smells it. She has everything about her. Her eyes. Everyone pays attention to that and concedes to it. She's feeling very. This is going to be her feeling. She's got her hunt on. Let's put it that way. She got her pack on. She's ready to rock and roll. We're gonna flip this back over to Righteous Anger. Garlic Salt Shot. Rage is 8. So let's... And a symbol versus a threat. This is not a threat. Alright, she's got 3 rage dice. And she's got 1 bonus die for strike. There we go. She's moving through the crowd, and they get to a spot, and she goes to reach in her coat for something else, and she feels something, and she realizes that she's had this in there since Seattle, kind of in a secret pocket. She's had a couple garlic salt shots for, just in case kind of measures. And 1, 2, 3, 4. She can only have 5 cards, so I don't want to recycle any right now. So we're going to play another Omen of Hope because we've got 4 locations we need to go through, and let's make it happen. Nice. We do want that. Okay. 3 mind. 3 mind and hack 1. We need 8. 5, 8, 9. All right, so she looks down, and a guy sitting there, he's kind of looking at her. He's sipping on a little energy drink kind of thing, and he's got another one in his hand. And she looks at it. She says, you need that other one? No. He hands it to her. You really need that other one? No. Thanks. Sure thing. All right, we are going to... She's got to recycle a card. Vice Dog? Body, no. It's a lot of body and soul stuff. So we're going to do Garlic Shot. Recycle that. Okay. Passing a turn to Frankie. Frankie draws an Omen of Doom. Pain. All right, what's going to happen here? We're going to flip this over. Trash the highest rage die. Ooh, and he picks up an Omen of Doom. Huh. Geofence. Interesting. Let's see if this actually plays into anything. His body's 3, his mind is 3. Let's do body. Obviously, 13 is better than 15. Tool and hack, he has neither. He does not have hack. Holy mackerel, dude. Okay, so 16. Wow. Right. Geofence. To Gabrielle's pack feeling, to her hunt is on, Frank's got the perimeter kind of stacked. He's looked at everybody in the car, and he wants to keep moving. They're going to keep moving in the train through the different cars that are attached. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he's got to recycle a card. Body, mine. We're gonna drop a Reaper. Recycling a Reaper. This is good. This is really good. All right, back to Gabriella with an Omen of Hope. He didn't have another Omen. You're next to Hope and investigate it. Oh, she gets to draw 1 card. She drew a marked deck. All right, here we go. So they move into the next car, and Frank and Gabrielle are their senses are like that whole hunting dog stuff we're going through. Their spidey senses, their saint senses are like on overdrive. And the moment they walk into the new car, this guy stands up immediately because he's got a different set of spidey senses. He stands up and looking right at him and starts moving as fast as he can to the next car. These guys are not easy. Check this out. We evaluate, so after the roll, we got trash 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. Basically, the only thing that stays is 1s and 6s. Now, it's a 7 to beat them. So basically, you got to roll a 1 and a 6 or double 6s to beat this guy. Period. Good stuff. Okay, so that's not going to add anything. We need to add a lot of dice to this roll. It's the only way we can do it. It is Gabriella's turn. All right. Mind, soul, or rage. Rage. I think we're going to go mind because Frank can help roll. And we got a bunch of mind cards in our hand. Okay, so let's, we're going to mutate. There are, hey, Heroic, how's it going, my friend? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8. There are 8 mutation cards in the deck tonight. We're going to be rolling a 1d8 to determine which mutation card to deal with. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hellbound. Interesting. I haven't dealt with this yet. Okay. And then we're going to mutate. Roll one more mutation die for each of their contracted cards. For each of their virtues that is greater than the lowest number rolled, they suffer 1 rage damage. All right. We are rolling 1 mutation die because we do not have any cards contracted right now. 5. For each of their virtues that is greater than the lowest number rolled. Nobody has a 5, so we are good to go. Excellent. We're mutated. Okay. So, Gabriella's going to do a mind check. She's got to roll 3. She's going to be able to re-roll 3. He's got hack and study. She has hack, so 1 bonus die. We're going to... No. Okay. We're going to use a marked deck. We're going to discard it to boost mind. So we need to roll 1s and 6s. Everything else is trashed, which sucks. Oh, wait. Nope. We can't do the whole staking yet. That would be nice. Okay, bones. Bones are going to allow us to re-roll 1 die, then trash 1 die. She's going to be able to discard cards. Okay, this fragment of hers is going to help a lot. And then Frank, what you got, man? Nothing really. No real help. Symbol versus threat. Well, you can Halligan bar, add 1 body or rage die. Let's do that. So they go ahead and they're gonna solve this problem with their mind, but he's gonna throw in a little elbow grease here with the Halligan bar. He's going to recycle it to add 1 body die. Okay. All right. We roll. We have 1 6, so that's good. We need a 1. We need to re-roll 3. We need either a 1 or another 6. We're going to keep these. There we go. Awesome. We trashing everything else. We'll keep the 7. So, Gabriella and Frank start working their way through this train. The cars, the guy goes from one subway. Well, they're not subway; they're above ground cars, but goes from one to another. I can't remember. I've been to Vegas and I've rode the trains. I don't know if you can go between them, but we're going to assume for the story that you can. They go through and they go to a new car. Frank notices up ahead. The guy's looking back. The guy they're chasing keeps looking back. He's looking back. He's not paying enough attention. This big dude gets up. Frank pushes ahead, just does do a spurt to kind of scare this guy because they haven't been moving super fast. And the guy turns to run and runs right into this big dude because he's kind of too frantic. He bounces off, and Gabrielle gets right there and grabs him. And they throw him up against the doors, and the doors just happen to open. And they push him out onto the platform, and she pushes him as fast as she can to an area where there's not a lot of people up against the wall, and a little bit of a darker area. We need to talk, she says. What can I help you with? What's going on? Frank comes up and he smells. He goes, I smell it. I smell you. You're a skinwalker, aren't you? I can smell the dirt on. What are you? A Gila monster? What does that call it? A Gila monster? Is that what you are? A guy kind of gets a weird, like, haughty look in his face. He's, what are you talking about, man? I ain't no fucking lizard. Well, you something. I know that I can smell the stink of animal on you. Look, we need to know who keeps the contracts around here for the low level people, for newbies. I don't know who do you think I am? I don't know anything like that. Gabrielle says, we got something that you might like. Oh, really? He says. Yeah, we can make it worth your while in order for you to tell us where we might be able to find a contract that his friend just recently signed. Oh, that kind of newbie. He says, what can Gabrielle and Frank give him? All right, this is a discard. Gabrielle says, look, she leans in. My friend here has killed more skinwalkers than you fucks have killed each other. He's from Chicago, and the guy kind of, it looks over. He's like, is that? Yeah, it's Frank Block. Whoa, look. I am not, no, you look, she says. Your life, for just a name or a direction. He says, look, I do petty thing. I just go around town looking for trouble. Like, I don't know. Look, you know what? And he looks around. We happen to be at, name a casino. We're at the MGM Grand. Sure. We're at the MGM Grand. Yeah, there's a guy here. Actually, no, forget about him. There's a gal here. Find her. Her name is Espositosa. Find Espositosa. She works in the casino here. She goes around. She's a cooler. She's a cooler. You'll find her walking around the tables, most of the blackjack tables. Ask her. She deals with more newbies than I do. Thanks, Gabrielle says. Now run along. Oh wait, hold on. Hold the phone. Don't get so excited, Kevin. Yeah, so we gotta seal this. All right, we gotta do a body check. She's gotta do a body check. She gets to use charm or resist. Well, she's got one of each. Okay. I don't want to mess this up. So that vice dog, that feeling of the way she's top dog right now. She's gonna discard that to add a body die. And 5-8, perfect. He looks like he's about to struggle, and then he kind of gives up, and she's like, all right. And Frank is there playing bad cop, doing the best job. He's very good at bad cop. And she lets him go, and the guy scurries away as fast as he can. It's like, so you want to do some, you want to hit the slots? She says. He just says, I'm more of a blackjack guy. You know that. All right. So we need to go to Sanctify. If this has, we're going to contract him. And when he's contracted, when we assemble, we can stake one gift. So this allows us to stake a gift whenever we just can't do it anytime. We have to have a card that tells us we can do it. So she only has one slot left too. We'll slot this for staking or slotting. Right, that is cleared, and we are moving into the MGM Grand. I'm not completely sure there's an MGM Grand in Las Vegas, but we're gonna say that. I'm not superly knowledgeable of what casinos are in Vegas. I hope that doesn't disappoint anybody. 5 cards, and it is Frank's turn. Let's head into this casino. Discard one gift matching the. When we lose, we got to discard one gift matching the virtue used. Okay. Omen of Doom. Oh, yeah. All right. Fine. Recycle one random card, then flip your Nexus Doom. Yeah. One random card. Oh, wait. I can see that. I was thinking maybe... My first thought was that only you could see it. Well, that's not true. You could if here, maybe. I can't see it. Anyway, so I am recycling a murder board. Got to put that murder board away when you walk into the casino. Might be able to get away with it on the train. That mentality, at least. All right. Frank brushes up against somebody. We'll see if he gets the intuition kick in his gut. Frank's soul is 1 die. We're not doing that. His mind, though, is 3, so we'll do that. And there's no charm for Frank. So 3 4s are better. He brushes up against somebody. His intuition does not kick in. He's drawing up to 4. And we're passing the turn to Gabriella. Omen of Hope. Only omen she's got. And a symbol using body, add 1 bonus die. I most certainly will. Contagion? Oh boy. I need to use the restroom. I gotta hit it. I gotta hit the head, she says. I said, alright. Frank takes a station outside a bathroom just inside the casino, and she goes in, and it's oddly empty. This is a scene we've seen before with the Saints. I'm sure we'll see it more and more often. But the bathroom is empty and kind of weird and quiet, but whatever. And she goes in, she's doing her business in the stall, and she looks down and the floor seems to be moving, or something catches her eye, and she realizes, she picks up her feet, that it's almost as if there's germs just crawling all over the floor, and it freaks her out, and she gets up, and it's if she had paid more attention to the toilet seat, it seems to be alive with something. Let's see if she hopefully does not catch anything. She's 15 mind or 15 body. This is going to be a body thing. Yeah. But she does get the trash mutation dice, which means we can mutate for free, basically. We're going to go ahead and roll to see what mutation it would be. So I can 5. Move the pile. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be fiery. And make her pee on, or make her pee fire. Okay. Then, so she's going to be able to reroll 3, thanks to Frank. Study and resist. She's got to resist 1. We don't want to lose this. We have this Valtava clay. I'm not quite sure. Why would she use this? The flying rats aren't going to be helpful. She's going to discard this to boost her body. And man, she needs 15. You've seen this? You saw this, right? I rolled this. I didn't edit this. This is live. Streamed to you in front of a live Twitch audience. I'm rolling 4 6s. It's almost a Yahtzee. So, yeah. So, she checks herself. Nothing's moving on her body. She's good. We're all good. Peace out. I gotta remember I can assist. I can stake cards. Alright, she doesn't have any more omens, so she's gonna draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 5. Pass it to Frank. She comes out of the bathroom. He grunts. And he realizes, I gotta go too. So he goes in. Oddly quiet as well. Bathrooms. Bathrooms for Saints ain't happy places. Because he's sitting down doing some business. Yeah, I like the idea that Frank had to cut one real quick, and he's sitting down, and from underneath the stalls come these from either side come these snakes. Maybe a little gift from the guy they just shook up. But good for him. Thing is, I mean, bad for these guys, good for Frank, because this is a rage deal. Frank doesn't have any cards they can use for rage, though. So he's going to have to roll 4 dice and hope for the best. I'm not going to mute. I say that. I said that before. No, it's just resist. Does he have resist? He does have resist, so he's actually rolling an extra die. So he's rolling 5 dice. And if anything, oops, that was a 5. That was a 5. It doesn't really matter because I got 2 4s here. Not a bad roll. He just calmly reaches down and picks them both up. And like, he smashes them together repeatedly, drops them, wipes, flushes, he's out the door. Flushes the snakes, that is. Okay. He comes out, ready to go, ready to go. And wait, hold on. Did I play an omen even? Okay, that was the omen he was playing. And he draws back with the 4. I'm going to pass this turn. All right, Gabriella's turn. She's going to play another Omen of Doom. Flip, damage, bury 1 card. Huh. This one's a particularly high costing card. Her soul is 2 dice, so we're not going to do that. Her charm is 1. We're just going to roll these and see what happens. I'm not worried about collecting this card. Jeez. Okay, well, if I want this card, I can have it. She's got 15 there. She could recycle 1 gift matching her skills to add +1. What does this thing do? It boosts mind, support, bury, heal 1 die of body and or soul gifts. He does have body gifts. She does have body and soul gifts. I mean, it's not a terrible card to have. Okay, what do we got? What would I have to discard? I'd have to discard the flying rats. Oh wait, no. I could discard Mimi Rue's elixir. So I could discard this because it has charm. Yeah. While Frank was in the bathroom killing snakes, she struck up the conversation with a guy, or a guy struck up a conversation with her. It's not an unheard of thing for Gabriella. Actually, it is a little bit, because as she's gotten older and more like laissez-faire about giving a shit, most guys are not anywhere near ballsy enough to talk to her. This guy was, and turned out to be a really, really super smart dude, and told her he has a practice here, and maybe there's a little bit of a psychic kind of like feel between the two. Like he knows that she's different, and she feels that he's different, although he's not a saint, and so he offers her help whenever she needs it in town. We're going to take that card. And then we're going to flip the sucker back over to Hope. Heal 1 gift matching the virtue used. Okay. And avoid, you may avoid. All right. You ready to go? Yeah. Frank and Gabrielle walk up into the, right into the casino. And kind of raised up. And right there is a set of blackjack tables. And sure enough, their spidey senses kind of go off, and they walk up, and there's this lady who's walking around the tables. It takes her a minute because she's concentrating on walking. She stops at this one table where it looks like there's a bunch of people gathered and cheering and stuff. And as Gabriella and Frank walk up, the cheering stops, And they're like, and then you a big oh, and the guy kind of obviously lost a bunch, and the lady smiles and turns, and she turns, she sees Gabrielle and Frank. It takes her a minute to register and get kind of that feel, and she turns to leave as quick as possible. And this is Gabrielle again. Okay. Okay. What should we do? We're going to do mind again. We're going to mutate. Mutate with number 3. 1, 2. I hate this one so much. Swarming. Let's roll. We got 1 mutation die for swarming. Oh boy, 2. What can I do with... I got no, like, ditch mutation dice. Do I? No. 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 Okay. Okay, so 2 is when we terminate, a saint at each nexus must confront a copy of this threat. So basically, man, if we could have upgraded this just one, we could... No, nothing. Damn. We could have skipped this. Fine. Okay, so he's going to have to deal with this threat as well. Okay, fine. Whatever. All right, let's do it. She's 3 and hack. And what happened this time? She's using mind. I'm going to use memory killer to discard it to add a memory die. I'm going to be able to reroll 3. What can Frank do? Nothing really. Let's do it. All right, we're looking for 1s and 6s, and that's none of that. We got to reroll 3 of them. This ain't good. Okay, 3s and 4s, and okay. Oh, we can do... Okay, we might have to do something a little funky here. I can't get that 6 though. That's the problem. Everything I'm looking at right now, I can't get a 6. All right, I'm going to think about this. I have to take a quick break. Quick break. Okay, so I either need double sixes or a 1 and a 6, and I don't know how this is going to happen with this. Even if I have, I got a couple different ways I can upgrade dice, but that just means adding 1 to it. That would make that 4 to 5. I could flip 1 die, then trash 3 dice, but flipping these, I need a 1 or a 6 to flip. I have bones where it'll allow me to re-roll one of these die. I might as well use that since I'm going to have to, if I lose this, shit, I should have staked a gift, by the way, to add another die. That was my bad. Damn. Too many things to have to remember, man. Get swept up. All right. So we're going to play bones. This is the hot mess that I've rolled. We're going to play bones, which allows me to, during the evaluate step, to discard and re-roll 1 die, then trash 1 die. So we're going to take, we'll just take this one. What we want here is, I say we want a 6. And that is not a 6. I should have threw more at this. I really should have. Okay. Last time was too easy. Okay, so this lady goes to turn, and as she goes to, Gabriella and Frank go to, they know she's going to start running. Another guy, that lady turns and books, another guy comes stepping out in front of them. Gabriella hits him hard. It's like they didn't know that he was there. And he's the other one that they've got to deal with. So Gabrielle hits him hard, loses her 2 other cards. She takes damage. And Frank's got to deal with this guy. Now, how bad do I don't want to lose, because I don't want to lose all these cards. So I kind of got to put a pretty good effort into it. His mind is 3, or does he want to use rage? He's going to use rage. Yes, sir. Hack and study, he has neither of those. But he can play something. That's a damn shame. She lost her healing. She lost all our healing stuff. That psychic surgeon. Was there anything I could do for her to not lose that? No. Could he have? Oh, he's not skilled in hack there. I was thinking about geofence kind of helps save you from damage. Oh boy, this is going to get really interesting really quick. Okay, so she discarded this. And we're dealing with this. I don't want to discard stuff. Okay. Jerome. This is Jerome, the Sorceress Apprentice. He will allow us to, during a symbol versus a damned, deathless, or fey threat, which this is damned, I can discard Jerome to add 2 bonus dice. I don't have too much. Oh, wait, hold on. A symbol using rage, recycle 1 card, add 1 rage die. Nice. We're going to recycle him, the card we just looked at, because I want to be able to use him later to add a rage die. And then that's it. Are we going to mutate? I think we've covered that we can't mutate. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 1s and 6s. Frank. Okay, so this guy, comes out of nowhere, and Gabrielle like hits the wall. She hits it hard. She stumbles back, but Frank is like right on it. Like this is all within his wheelhouse. This big dude doesn't even stand a chance. He's hit twice, one low, one up high. He's crashing down, and Gabrielle and Frank are heading through him. I'm thinking Frank is going to. I think when we do a copy of him, I would assume that you copy everything. So he won, so he's going to contract him. And then Frank, win versus a threat. Discard one card, examine the top card of the clock. If it's an omen, draw it. Oh boy, I'm going to discard this Geofence because it really doesn't help Frank that much to draw this. It's an omen, he's going to draw it. Gives him an extra. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. The minion, by the way, gets mixed back in this deck, so we can find it again. So, Frank and Gabrielle are chasing this cooler through the casino. Gabrielle has to draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I really hope she has some kind of healing, other healing stuff in here somewhere. Or finds one at least. Okay. And Frank, his turn. He's going to draw. Draws an Omen of Hope. I'm going to go ahead and play this Omen of Hope. That's not... Okay. Frank has 3 Mind, Conjure, and Study. He has neither of those. I am not playing a card to get this. 9, 10, 11. Wow, okay. Frank is clear of mind and looking at patterns. He needs to find this lady. He's assuming that she's going to run. He's looking. She's not running to other tables. She's obviously going to run to some kind of management back worker area. And he's looking around the signs and looking at everything around him to kind of hone in on where that might be. That puts him at 4 cards. I'm going to, with the extra Omen, I'm going to go ahead and keep that the way it is. Gabriella is going to draw an Omen of Doom. But she's got an Omen of Hope in her hand she drew. Protection Pour. Man, I need healing. I need healing. But we will try this. 3 and Charm. 1 for Charm. Her 8, 9, 10. Okay. Not enough to get that. That does not figure in. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's got 5 cards. We're going to keep it that way. Pass the turn to Frank. He pulls up an Omen of Hope. Frank's going to do a little back and forth here. Play an Omen of Doom. He won. Well, that was... But he did not use Mind to do it, so it doesn't matter. You cannot play powers to avoid. Fine. Hello. This is Frank. So, Frank, looking around, guessing, kind of seeing the patterns, looking for the employee room. Sure enough, he takes a quick left and a quick right. Gabrielle's running after him. Sure enough, there is that woman rushing towards a door, and Frank's going to get there before she gets in there. And hopefully... Where'd our... Wait. Oh. I gotta grab an archetype for his slotting. There. The slotting. It's weird. Oh, here we go again. Bandit. We just can't avoid him. Or her. We don't want to avoid her. We want to take her down. Okay, so he's going to use his rage. Gabriella can help, so we're going to roll the die again. It's not going to be swarming. It's a 1, so it's swarming. Here we go. Oh. Okay, Gabrielle's got to face him. Another one. Great. Okay, this is awesome. I love it. Oh boy. All right, he's assembling using rage. He gets to recycle 1 card to recycle the Jacob's ladder. He doesn't have hack. Oh, he gets to add a rage die because of that. He has nothing else that's going to add dice. Does she? She does not. Okay. This is it. Oh, he can. Oh, I don't want to forget. He has a contract with these guys. He can stake a gift. All right, cool. He's going to stake this grifter to add a blue die. There we go. Let's do it. Bam. Bam. He's got the door closed, and he's looking at her. Where you going, honey? I don't know who you are, mister, but I'm not your honey. You better move. She tries to sound as scary as possible. And for the most part, she is scary. But not to Frank. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. I just need your help. Do you happen to be Espozosa? And she looks at him and she goes, well, you can't read my tag? Sure. That's great, honey. All right, we need a way to talk her into... He's using rage. He's using rage. Look, I'm going to be as blunt as possible. He looks in her eyes. I'm going to be as blunt as possible. I've come about almost a few thousand miles to find a friend who's been signed on a contract. Her eyes widen, just not widen, but he knows she's right on level now. And so I need to know who has his contract now. If I don't find, if you're the person that has his contract, you need to be worried. Or no, let's put it this way. If you're not the person who has his contract, there's nothing you need to worry about from me unless you keep me from finding that contract. He's going to say this a lot scarier than I can say it. And he just lets the whole feral cop vibe kind of go. Gabriella's like right up there with him in this chick's personal space. And she's like, look, I don't know who told you that I would know anything about that. But when I find new people who are willing to make deals, she says, she's kind of looking around, I take them to Garzon. I take them to Garzon over at the Alexandria. The casino. Yes, the casino. The big pyramid in the middle. What does he do there? Garzona, he's a bartender. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Espozosa. And suddenly, you need some help there, Espozosa? Who's this guy? Who are you? He says to Gabriella, who gets up in his face. Another big dude, another brick wall kind of guy. Different guy, but another brick wall dude. And that's who she's got to deal with right now. She's going to use rage. Her rage is 3. He gets to... Frank gets to slot this card again. Oh, hold on. Actually, no. Not yet. After we suffer once... Man, did he do... He did. Blah. Boo. Okay. We'll take care of this first. She's going to use a finger post. All right. Anyway, her rage is 3. She's got a hack. This is a symbol using rage. Discard. Add 2 rage dice. If you win, examine one from another nexus. So that's cool. She's going to discard that. She's got 6 dice. I hate to say it, but I'm not even going to mutate and get swarming again. Or I don't think I can, actually. Now I think about it. Look at that. 6 and a 1, baby. Wait. Hey, are you alright, Espozosa? Who is? Who are you? No. Thump, thump. This guy's on his knees, clutching his groin. Frank's flashes Espozosa a smile, and Gabriella and him are off to the races. He is going to... Oh, wait, no. He's got to take a die of soul damage. This is great. This is really good. This is something we wanted. Okay. All right. Frank is discarding his whole freaking hand. Does he have anything that... Anybody? Nope. He's discarding his whole freaking hand. All right. He's drawing back up 1, 2, 3, 4. But we have closed this. What does that even mean? To seal this next, he had to suffer a bit of soul damage. So as they're walking away, and the big dude's on his knees, clutching his crotch, the Espozosa yells out, "You're in the wrong city to be taken seriously, cop. I got you. You're gonna make a name for yourself, whether you like it or not." And Frank's used to a lot of people in Chicago knowing him, the right bad people knowing him. The problem is here, the right bad people knowing him is doubly bad. Is actually bad. So that's how we're gonna count the soul damage. They're moving on to go to... He gets to slot another one of those because of the mission. And we are heading towards the Alexandria Casino. Looking for Garzoni. It is Gabriella's turn. Omen of Hope. Support. You may recycle an ally gift to examine one. Hold on. Before we do anything, do we want to trade anything? What's he got here? Vice Dog, Omen of Hope, Pearl-Handed Revolver. No. Any supporting stuff I want to pull off? No. Okay. Alright, I'm going to play this Omen of Hope. Out of body die for Mooks. So, on their way, so they take the train again. And on the train, there's a group of guys there. They're from out of town. And there's quite a few of them, more than 3, like 6. They're all kind of drunk and got their backs up, and they want to hit on Gabriella. Frank doesn't look as scary to them because they're all drunk. And this is up to Gabriella to shut them down. Initiate. Yep, so, well, both of them have to confront a copy of this threat. That makes sense. Well, I think they need to get a little bit of their... This is within their wheelhouse. Okay. We'll do both. We'll do her first. Okay, so she's going to use rage. What else can she do? I don't want to spend any more cards because she's very... Oh, shoot, man. She is really low on cards. I need to heal her, man. I can't believe... Okay. Charm? Yeah, she is charm. So, 4 dice. 6, 10, 13. All right. Boom, boom. 3 are on the ground before they even know it. Now, Frank's going to go rage on him, too. Happily. He's got 4 rage dice. He gets to add another one. Oh, if he recycles a card. Sure. Here we'll recycle a card. We'll recycle the pearl-handled revolver he pulls out and beats this one guy with. There's 4 rage dice. Let's clean up my act. All right. Double 6s. These guys, well, obviously they picked the wrong people. Win. If someone said lost versus a copy, there's go to lose. We did not lose. We all beat them up. They are... Ding! You have arrived at Alexandria Casino. Enjoy. That was Gabriella's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. She did not get a card, so she needs to draw a card. Okay. No, she's got nothing to help her. All right. Frank's turn. Omen of Hope. All right, he's got 3 Omens of Hope in his hand. I think we're going to blow, maybe. I don't know. That might not be a good idea. He doesn't have a lot of cards. All right, in avoid, we may avoid. Okay. I guess he's using mind. This isn't really his thing. So we'll see what happens. 10, 12. Yeah, he didn't. And symbol versus gift, add 1 bonus die. Gallow glasses. Evaluate when keeping dice. Discard. Add +2 for each dice showing a 2. I don't know. That's not that impressive. But he gets to add a bonus die. And he does have 1 sense. So he's got 2 bonus dice and 3. And I give to you 6s. So after they beat these mooks down, these guys, and they go to leave, and he's about to step on something. He looks down, and it's a pair of glasses, a really nice pair of glasses. Frank decides he's going to take that. He's going to confiscate them. Turns out they're a little more intense than he thought, than regular sunglasses. Okay. And I'm not going to spend the other Omen of Hope. We're going to draw up to 4. Man, I hope he has some healing. Gut punch. She doesn't have... Do you? I don't think you have to investigate. We're going to play Gut Punch. And damage, first bury 1 card. Let's not take any damage. Okay. All right. Let's do body. She's got 3. She's got 1 strike. And having this card would be pretty helpful. 4, 8, 11... 8, 11. Oh, that's 10. Yeah, she's got it. So, as they're walking out of the train, this we'll make it a girl. She's she gets off and she's like, wow, you guys are amazing. That was so quick. I didn't even, are you guys, do you professionally beat up? Are you professional fighters? It looks like you might, or are you just hardcore? Or are you gang? Like, I don't want to, I mean, I fight myself, but more of an organized kind of thing. And Gabrielle sizes her up, looks at her, and she's like, yeah, she probably does fight more structured, but she could be a good ally. So Gabrielle chats it up for a minute with her, and we'll add her as an ally to our hand. And then, I don't know, she doesn't... It has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to draw any more cards. I'll recycle something. We're going to recycle the gearbox. No. Snake skin boots? No. We're going to recycle this Omen of Doom Affliction because it makes her suffer 1 point of damage. We can't suffer any damage. So she is done. It is Frank's turn. She is down. I've realized before that I don't know if I communicate this or not, but she's got 4 cards left in her deck. Which means if she goes to draw 1 and it's not available, she's going to slot a death. And slotting a death means that she loses something that she's got here right now. A fleeting fragment. Basically her level up components. Don't want to bring you guys down. That was a doom, though. Okay. 2, 3, 4. This is Frank. Right? Yeah. It's Frank's turn. Omen of Hope. He's going to draw 1 card. Flip this to Hope. So, the bar on the first floor of Alexandria is, and I'm completely making this up. So, if you've been to the Alexandria Hotel, I think it is an actual casino, right? It's the pyramid. Don't quote me on this, but there's a huge circular bar in the very middle of the first floor. And when Gabrielle and Frank go up there, after a few rounds of different bartenders coming up to ask them what they'd like, a bigger dude, slightly more hairy, he's got blue tattoos up and down his arms, like a runes of some sort. He comes walking up. What can I... Oh, fuck. What are you? He says. Oh, fuck, what are you? I kind of want to use Rage. Because Frank gets to throw down an extra die. I think that would be smart. Dead Sea Salt. I don't want to chance mutating this again. I really don't. He's going to be able to stake 2 gifts if he wants. So we're going to try to do this Frank's way. Gabrielle doesn't expect what he's about to do. Frank is going to reach across the counter and grab this guy and halfway pull him off and get up in his face and see if he can't take care of this right now. In the middle of the casino, it's kind of a bad idea. But Frank isn't necessarily known for his best ideas. For well-rationed ideas. He has 4 rage. He is assembling using rage, so he's going to recycle a card. Recycle a card, add another rage die. He is got 2 contracts that he can use to... I don't need this one. Dead Sea Salt to add yet another die. And then the Gallo glasses. Alright, so those are being bet. Oh, you know what? I'm betting them, but it doesn't mean I lose them if I... Well, we'll see. I guess I can't use them now? Alright, Frank has 7 dice here. There we go. All we need is a 1 and a 6. Frank, quicker than this guy can react to. This guy's a big dude. He's not used to this. Frank has him halfway over the bar, and has him in his face. And this guy is completely thrown off. His game does not roll like this. This guy is more used to things like this happening, him doing it to other people. So right off the bat, Frank establishes dominance. He goes, "You got a contract for Jerome. I want it, and I want it now. You're gonna sign it over to me immediately. Do you understand me?" Whoa, Kimosabi. I don't know who you think you are or what's going on, but I don't carry contracts on me. You want the runner. What the fuck is a runner? A runner is a person who takes the contracts and runs it to... Actually, yeah. A runner is a person who takes a contract that I've gotten signed and runs it to the big dude. Or one of the big dudes. Well, is it at a big dude? I don't know. I'm not a fucking runner. Who is your runner? Do you remember a Jerome? He describes Jerome to him. Well, hold on. Let me go, and I'll help you. I promise. Not. This guy doesn't look like a demon or anything. He doesn't smell like a skinwalker. He doesn't actually smells human. And so Frank lets him go. He says, "Look, matching your description, that kid came in about a week ago, right? All right. I probably gave that to Jesse. Pretty sure it was Jesse. Where can I find Jesse? I'm getting tired of running around." Guy smiles. "This is Vegas, baby. You're going to be running around. Where can I find Jesse?" You can find Jesse. Hey, yo, Sandy, where's Jesse at tonight? Oh, Jesse's probably at the E-Fest. Yeah. There's a electronic music festival in the big room in the back. So there's a big concert. It's a concert hall. It's a stadium concert. Like, they usually have concerts. Actually, yeah. You know, who's playing? Some big electronic artist is playing there. He's at the concert. He really wanted to go. You're going to have to find him in there. What does he look like? He gives him a kind of a description. Tall, pale dude. He's you're not going to be able to miss him if you're what I think you are. Frank gives him a nod and they leave, and then the guy's staring at him the whole time as they leave. Pretty much everyone's going to know that there's a couple saints in town now. I mean, if they didn't know before, that place, that last mission was a traveling fair that came around in town. People that dealt with them there weren't really connected with people in Las Vegas, but Frank and Gabrielle are standing out like sore teeth. Sore thumbs. We've got to recycle one body rage or serpent gift. He's going to recycle Dead Sea Salt. And he gets to slot this again. These are gone. That's gone. And we are moving on to the concert. He's got to draw up to 4. Cool. All right, Gabrielle's hanging on. She's not telling Frank, but she's getting a little tired. It's her turn. Our Omen deck is doing pretty good. We're doing all right. Omen doing poverty. Everything's going to hell. We're gonna. I might as well quit right now. Poverty and evaluate versus a gift. Trash the highest die. Fine. I have a really hard time with this card, like wrapping my head around how to use it from a fictional standpoint. We're just gonna roll first to see if it even plays into the story right now. This is 3 body dice. She has a resist. The universe says I don't have to worry about it. So we're gonna pass on that card. Gabriella's looking around, wishing she was like 10 years younger, so she'd actually give a shit about listening to the music that's there. Otherwise, now she's just scanning the crowd. Wishing's a hard word. She's not wishing. She's just feeling it. All right. That was Gabriella's turn. Frank is got himself an Omen of Hope. He's got 2 Omens of Hope. Damage, soul damage cannot be decreased. Okay. We're going to play an Omen of Doom first. Yeah. And evaluate, trash the highest mind die. Hell yes. This is what we want. This is it. Walking into this place, they're thinking, the first thing they're thinking is, oh God, this is needle in the haystack area. But luckily, their spidey senses are going to help them. But this guy walks right into him. Like, Frank's coming in, and there's a bathroom here, and this guy comes kind of like stumbling out of the bathroom, runs into Frank, is like, oh man, I'm sorry, man. Whoa, hey. Tall, pale dude. He's got a red flecked eyes. This guy is something other than, he's not a skinwalker, but he's definitely supernatural. And he actually kind of goes, hey man, this is a good night, right? Good night. And he starts to move away, and Frank strikes. Do we want to do rage again? I think we're gonna rage again. Rage. All right, we're gonna rage again. I kind of want to mutate this one because this is the last one, and I want to make sure it happens and don't have to go through the whole festival to find him, with Gabrielle being kind of low as she is. Okay, we're going to do it. Don't roll a 1, don't roll a 1, don't roll a 1. 8. Okay. All right, that's the last card. Let's do it. Rock solid. Yeah, okay. Okay. We're going to roll a 3. A symbol. Trash 1 rage die and 1 body die. You motherfucker. Woo. All right, so maybe he's not raging out. That just decided it. We're not raging out. Because we'll have to sacrifice a die, so we're not going to do it. So, well, we're going to use our mind here. We're going to use our brains. I'm going to use this. We are able to re-roll shit. Well, she can't help. That mutation kind of blew because she can't help with mind. So we chose, I'm pretty sure this is legal though. I mean, we mutate first and then make the decision of what we're using. He's going to use mind. She can't help. Oh, wait. Does she have a marked deck in her hand or anything? No. Nope. Fine. Okay. Well, he can bet a couple cards. He's going to stake 2 gifts, a Halligan bar and the Gallo glasses. He does not have hack nor study. He has 2 omens of hope in his hand. She can assemble, discard, add 1 body die. She's going to add a body die. Guess who's there too? guess who was going to the concert, and that's why she was on the train with them. Anything else? Event, a symbol versus a threat. Discard. Add 1 rage die. So Gabrielle pulls out the blunderbuss more for scaring him than for than for using it. Oh, this is good. Add 1 rage die. Okay. If they are skilled in strike, and he is very skilled in strike, he can add a mind or soul die. He will add a soul die. Booyah. Okay. That was a discard there. He's got 2 cards up for, and we're rolling 4 8 dice. No rerolls. Look at that. You see that right there on the card? On the card. But just so you know, I also rolled 3 other 6s. I need to go to Vegas, baby. So, this is how this kind of goes. Frank looks around, and I mean, it's kind of busy. This is not the place for him to rage out. He knew he really took a chance grabbing the bartender. So he's thinking, the chick that came off the train with them comes walking out of the other bathroom, or walking up, and recognizes them from behind him. Gabrielle's moving up on his 9 when she's pulling out the blunderbuss. This guy's like looking at Frank, but looking at Gabrielle, not sure who's who, and they kind of close in on him. Frank does a signal. The chick, the lady, the bruiser lady, she picks up on it, and our dude bumps into her. He's like, hey baby, what's going on? And then suddenly Frank and Gabrielle and this lady all have him kind of pinned in, and Frank's like, hey, come here. Frank's like, you looking for some good shit? And the guy's like, oh, wow, I read you guys way differently. Yeah. Wow. Is your kind, you know what? Yeah, I'm looking for some good shit. Great. Awesome. We've got some good shit. If you can tell us, do you know where a contract is for? And he kind of says, and the kid's like, oh man, I move a tube to another guy. I think that's what's in them, but it's not really. Oh, whoa, hey. You're going to, I guess it's going to have to come down to threatening. I don't know. Well, let me think about it. How could he, like, he can trick this guy into helping. Well, look, we have to move a lot of stuff. Well, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about ecstasy. Wow. Really? Yeah, we got to move a lot. Do you know people who could move it? You're a mover, right? You look like a mover. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Usually not my bag, but yeah, man, this guy looks like he's already pretty high. Frank goes, and Frank can talk. He's actually done this quite a bit. We're going to add this to his repertoire. He does whatever he can to get his way. He's like, look, I got a lot. You look like a guy who can move a lot, or take it off me. What do you got in return? It's like, guy's like, well, I mean, I don't have a lot of money. You know what? I got something better than money. Really? He pulls out he comes out, it's got this little tube. He's like, I was supposed to deliver this. No. He wasn't supposed to deliver it. He goes, look, a guy stood me up who wanted this, who was supposed to pay me a lot of money. Maybe you can make a lot of money off of this. And Frank takes it. He's like, what is it? He's like, I think it's it's a contract, right? I think that's what you're looking for. And Frank's kind of excited. He's like, okay, I got this. He's like, you got any more on you? And he's like, no. Is this Jerome? And the kid, right then, the music kind of bumps up. And the kid's like, what? He's like, is this Jerome? He goes, yeah, dude. This guy say whatever he wants to get you out of his way. So Frank takes the scroll. the container with this small scroll, about this big, and takes it. It's like, all right, look, come meet us outside in 5 minutes out the front, and we'll have this stuff for you. And the kid's like, well, wait a minute, let me take that. And he's like, no, meet us outside. And he takes the scroll with him. And then Frank and Gabrielle and leave. And of course they don't meet up with him, right? We know that. And we finish this up. When they get outside and on their way back, Frank opens it up, and he opens up, and sure enough, it's kind of antiquated. It's like a pressure. First off, the container feels a little more high tech. There's little screws at the top, little screw lids, and when he opens it, here's a psss, like it was air. It was sealed so wide, and then a little bit of cold comes out, like it had some kind of gas in it. And he takes out this, but once he takes out the paper, it feels antiquated. It's like a straight up scroll. The penmanship is all like and cursive, inked, and he looks at it and he's having trouble reading it because he's not really good at reading shit like that. He looks down though. He looks down at the bottom, and the name on it that's signed is Kairos, which hits him a little hard because he knows that name. Actually, he's like, first off, he's expecting Jerome, and he's bummed, and he's like, shit. He's starting to get really mad. But Gabrielle's kind of looking over his shoulder. She's like, wait. This is something. What is this? This is, and he's like, I know that name. Why do I know this name? And Gabrielle's reading some of the contract and itself, and the stuff she's seeing is getting her like a lot of mixed emotions, like a little bit of excitement, a little bit of fear. It seems to be a binding agreement to not only territory, but modes. It stipulates different acts that can be and cannot be done in that territory. And Frank realizes where he knows that name from. And we'll let you know next week. He knows it now. He knows the name because he's heard it whispered throughout all his years in Chicago. And he's always kind of attributed, he's not heard it very often, and he thinks he's always kind of assumed it's the man behind the man behind the man, or woman, or a person behind the person behind the person, who runs that all the skinwalkers in Chicago are afraid of. So they're sitting there with a contract of quite possibly a novum in their hand. And that's where we're going to leave them as they're heading back to their hotel. The fleeting fragment is called the Oasis. It's an enduring fragment. It's Cairo's contract. The Oasis is no haven. It gleams and glitters and promises everything, plus enough water and whiskey to make you forget the endless red desert just beyond the neon's reach. Smoke? The demon appears on top of the hotel where you watch the desert. Cigarette pinched between two bloody jeweled nails. You accept, and it grins. What comes next is worse, it confides, offering a light. This isn't a haven after all, just a way station. You all move on eventually. While contracted with a card, confront a card requiring more than one check to win. You may use the result of the first check on subsequent checks. Where are there multiple checks? I haven't met a card with multiple checks yet. Huh. This is something, Frank's going to take this one. And then we need 2 more for Gabriella to choose from. The sights. The night on the African savannah. We've seen this one before. Sacrifice, gain the skill sense. And desire to help. Sacrifice to heal their discard pile. Oh, we had this one. We're gonna take this one. She's gonna take this one. It was very helpful. Okay, so that's where we're leaving them. They found a contract. It wasn't the one they were looking for. We will see what happens next episode for Frank and Gabrielle. That's pretty much finishes up for tonight. Thanks for joining. And see you next Saturday. Viva la Dungeon!